Bonjour! In this lesson, we are going to learn definite and indefinite articles in French. So first, we're going to see what is a noun in French. So nouns in French are, and there are two different categories. We have masculine nouns and we have feminine nouns, and which is different than English. Basically, when I say masculine and feminine nouns, it means that they have a gender. And when I say a gender, it doesn't mean similar to people, which is we have male and female. It's not that. It just, what I want you to keep in mind is that the nouns in French have gender, and it's just to assign them to a group. So same thing in Spanish and other languages, they have the same thing. As I said, in English is different. We just have nouns. We don't have a gender when it comes to nouns. And I am going to show you an example. So remember that we learned some words at the beginning of the year or last trimester and this trimester, and then at the beginning of some words you might notice that we have une or we have un. So une table means a table, and since table, the origin of the word in French has the feminine gender, it's feminine, so we will be using une to say a table. And classeur, which is a binder, it's masculine. So we will be using, or when we talk about, or when we say binder, we use un classeur. So, and these are the indefinite articles. I showed you two examples with the un and une, and these are the other ones. So if before the indefinite articles, you find them before a noun. So you have the indefinite article, which is a in English, and then you have the noun that comes after. And the indefinite article changes based on the noun. So for example, as I said, if you have table, and table in French is feminine, you will be using une. And if we saw the example of binder, classeur is masculine, so we said a binder, un classeur. But if table or classeur ends with an s, it means it's more than one. It's like two tables or up, and two binders or more. You will be changing the une or un to des. And in English, you remove the a for the plural. In French, you change it to a des. Okay, des, we pronounce it as des. So we have un, une, and des. Okay, and in the lesson about family members, when I was teaching you family members, I was saying un frère, a brother, une sœur, a sister. And some of you might ask, how am I gonna know if a word or a noun is feminine or masculine? Basically, every time when I am teaching you something, you will see that either I put un or une or des at the beginning of the word, or I will put the definite articles that we are going to see later in this video. So these again, more examples when it comes to definite and indefinite articles in French. So we have stylo. Stylo is a pen, and pen in French is masculine. So that's why when I want to say a pen, I used un stylo. Bureau means a desk, and it is masculine. How do I know it is masculine? Because it has un at the beginning. Un bureau. Crayon means a pencil. It is masculine because it has un crayon at the beginning. It has that un. Calculatrice, which is calculator, it is feminine because it has une at the beginning. Une calculatrice, a calculator. Carte, which is map, is feminine because it has une at the beginning. Une carte, a map. And cartable, it's the school bag. It is masculine because it has the un cartable at the beginning. So next one is, and when we're talking about, or when we're using indefinite articles, same as I said in English, when you use a at the beginning of a noun, it means that that thing that you're talking about, or the noun, is indefinite. You do not know who it belongs to. When I say a pen, you don't know which pen I'm talking about. So it is indefinite. So same thing, in French we have the same thing. And now we are going to see the definite articles, which is in English it's the. So we have only one form, which is the in English, but because of the feminine, masculine, and plural form, we have four different ones in French, and I am going to go over each one of them and I tell you when you use them. So if the word that comes after the in French is masculine, you will be using le. So this is how we pronounce it, le. If the word that comes after is feminine, we will be using la. So for example, if I say pencil, which is crayon in French, and it is masculine, then I want to say the pencil, I will be saying le crayon. And remember that table is feminine. So if I want to say the table is la table. And then we put L apostrophe if the next word or the word that comes after the starts with a vowel or starts with a silent H, we will be putting L apostrophe. And then of course the plural one, it doesn't matter if it is masculine or feminine. If it has an S at the end, we will be using les. Okay, les, we pronounce it as les, and we are going to see some examples. First one, le crayon de couleur. Crayon de couleur means colored pencil. So it is masculine because it has le at the beginning. Second one, l'ordinateur. Ordinateur is computer. It starts with the vowel O and it is masculine, but as I said, it doesn't matter since it starts with the vowel O, we will have to put the L with the apostrophe. La table, table, is feminine because it has la, the table. Le pupitre is the student's desk. It is masculine because it has le. And then la trousse is the pencil pouch. It is feminine because it has la trousse. And then le sac à dos means the backpack. It is masculine because it has le at the beginning. So again, to answer the question about how do you know if it is masculine or feminine, as I said before, I will always, when I teach you a word for the first time, and this is how you do it, because sometimes or most of the words or the nouns at the end with an E, they're feminine, most of them, but not all of them. And to make sure that you have the correct one, as I said, every time when I'm teaching you something, I will put un or une or le or la at the beginning to show you if it's masculine or feminine. And if you use either the online dictionary or just the dictionary, the French dictionary in general, and when you type the word, you will see that it tells you it is a noun. N stands for noun, and the M stands for masculine. It means that the word is a noun and it is masculine. If the word, for example, let's see, we have the word anglais. Anglais means English. So, English is a noun and it is masculine. But it starts with a vowel. If I want to say the English, I will put the L apostrophe. A second example, pizza. Pizza, if you look over here, it will show you that it is a noun and it is feminine. So we say la pizza, une pizza. So because it is feminine. And the plural of the nouns in French. So as I said before in this video, most of the plural form is similar to English. So most words you will have to add an S to show that the number is two or more. So une table, des tables, a table, tables. So in English you remove the A, in French we keep it but we change it to des. So une table means one table or a table, and des tables means tables. And table is feminine, so that's why I have une. La chaise means the chair. So chaise is feminine because it has that la. So if I want to say the chairs, it's les chaises. So most, as I said, most nouns, we add s at the end. There are some nouns that you will not change them. It means if they end with an S, you cannot add another S. So just keep it as it is. And here is one example. Le fils, means the son, and the plural will be les fils, the sons. And there are some exceptions. So, as I said, most of the nouns you add an S, but if the noun and with a U at the end, you will, instead of adding an S, you will have to add an X at the end. So, un bureau means a desk, des bureaux means desks. Le tableau blanc means the whiteboard. Des tableaux blancs means the white boards. So in French, even the adjective takes an S, and we are going to learn that in the next modules. So when it comes to the negative statement, statement, it means when you say the opposite or not or do not. So how do you use it with the definite articles un, une, and des? So you're going to have to remember this. When you have a formative or affirmative sentence, j'ai un cartable means I have a bag, and then you want to change it to I do not have a bag. So in English, you just add do not, and then you keep the rest as it is. In French, it is going to be a little bit different. So when you add the negative form, the ne and pas, the un, you change it to de. Je n'ai pas de cartable. And then next one, il y a des crayons de couleur. There are colored pencils. And then if you want to say there are no colored pencils, you will say il n'y a pas de crayons de couleur. So un, you change it to de, and they, you change it to de when you're doing the negative form. And we are going to see this more next year. So this one, just like when it comes to the negative form, just an introduction, but we are going to practice it more this year and next year. And when it comes to definite articles, which is the le, la, les, and L apostrophe, which is the, in English, you do not change it. You only change it for un, une, and des. And then for le, la, and les, you keep it as it is. So yeah, that's it. Please practice the activities that goes with definite and definite articles, and let me know if you have questions. Allez, au revoir.